The Soo Greyhounds 2015-16 season is winding down, the regular season that is. We had a chance to sit down and chat with head coach Drew Bannister on his first campaign behind the bench and the upcoming postseason. First up, let's talk about the season overall. We're here with Drew Bannister, head coach of the Soo Greyhounds. And Drew, as your first season as head coach, regular season comes to an end. Your thoughts? Has it been what you expected?
Well, certainly there's been a lot of ups and downs and some good and bad so far this year, but certainly for me myself, it certainly prepared me moving forward to be a better coach, and I learned a lot not only from the staff that I work with, but with the kids that I work with too, and I believe I'm a better person, I'm a better coach for it, and I'm looking forward moving on and learning more from these kids.
A different dynamic for you coming into being the head coach. I mean, first time in the OHL being a head coach, but also with your former team that you used to play for. I mean, the fans, older fans recognize you. The media recognizes you, and maybe a little bit more pressure. How did you kind of approach that aspect of it?
I think just growing up around the Soo and being a player here and understanding the thought process of the fans and the media and what the team means to the town alone helped me a lot. But again, it's a learning process, and I don't want to say I haven't made my mistakes, and certainly I have, but I've learned from them. And I think when you're put in this position as a head coach of a team as well thought of as the Soo Greyhounds, and the fans and the media, what they learn to expect from not only the coaching staff but from the team. I think, again, I go back to, I think it can only make you a better person and a better coach moving forward.
And as you mentioned, a lot of expectations in the Soo, and they had great success when Sheldon Keefe was coaching. You come in, take over a team that went for it, gave up a lot or lost a lot in terms of veteran players, and maybe the expectations were a little bit higher on many people, the fans and maybe even the media, of this team this year. Did that kind of play a factor in your coaching, or did you have to kind of overcome that and ignore what maybe the expectations were that may be a bit too much?
Yeah, I think we faced a little bit of adversity, especially at the beginning of the year with, we, as a staff and as a team, we thought we'd probably have a guy like Jared McCann back or a Michael Bunting back in our lineup, and when we didn't get those guys back, it changed the dynamics of our team. There's no question about that, and our thought process, not only as a coaching staff, had to change, but also to change the minds of the kids in the room. And obviously we were a much younger team than we thought we were. We had kids playing in positions that they hadn't been in this league yet. So I think we saw a feel-out process, and a process that a lot of these kids, I think, are going to be better for as we come. And I really believe the adversity we faced early on in the year, with all that, we're going to be a better team. And I think we're seeing right now what our young players can do.
Coming up on Monday, we'll talk with Coach Bannister about the upcoming playoffs. I'm Jim Fitzpatrick for Go on Shaw TV.